Hello and welcome to the future today, where we bash the present up against the opportunities of the future. Today is a different day. Today is a momentous day. We've heard from Satoshi Nakamoto, the founder of Bitcoin, and I want to address this. I want to dive right in. I'm out on a limb, way out on a limb. This is an editorial, not a news article. I want to tell you what I really think about the appearance of Satoshi Nakamoto. And I want to beg everyone listening to listen to this message. Please, Mr. Satoshi Nakamoto, don't come back. Why? Why? Well, Satoshi has a good thing. We have a good thing going here. For example, we've got an antidote to inflation. We've got 1 million in Bitcoin that can't be sold, or so we thought. Satoshi Nakamoto owns the God block, the original 1 million block of Bitcoin. Now, keep in mind, there's only like, I don't know, 18 million in circulation, 17 million in circulation. People think there will only be 21 million Bitcoin. If you reappear all of a sudden, that could be sold. Massive dilution to the value that's been created. If you're out there, you can sell it. We're apolitical. There is no political reason why people like Bitcoin or don't like Bitcoin. We've transcended that. We've gone on to another level. Thank you for disappearing for such a long time. And by the way, Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever they are, thank you. You're a hero. You're a legacy, a prophet. We've got a good thing going on here. Now, Bitcoin can easily look at all the other cryptos, all the other altcoins out there and say, I'm jealous. I want to innovate. I want to transform the industry, just like Bitcoin has. But please don't change. Not now. We've got a good thing going. We like our profits. But today we're with Satoshi Nakamoto appearing again. We are forced to make the decision between profits and profits. So what do you want? To be a profit or to make profits? Do you want to sell your Bitcoin or do you want to be a legacy? That's a question only the owner of the God block can answer. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but coming back after so many years, in the West, we have a thing. It's like really a thing. We like our profits dead. Why? Because if you die for it, that means, well, you mean it. And that's just how we like our profits around here. Profits with a PH, not profits with a FIT. Bitcoin, I've heard it said over many years, I've always thought every description of Bitcoin, even though it shifts every month, every day, everything's wrong. You can say it's a currency and you're wrong. You can say it's a commodity. And for certain political reasons, that would be a good case to make, but it's more than a commodity. You could say it's a store of value. Great. Now you're like gold. Do you really want to be like gold? Silver, precious metals? Not the biggest upside. You can say it's an antidote for responsible monetary policy, and that might be really close, but it's not just that. It's more than that. Some would say, and recently these voices have grown louder, that Bitcoin is the first central bank digital currency developed by the NSA. That's dangerous because that undermines what it really is. What is Bitcoin? I've always wanted to say this. I'm just putting it out there. Bitcoin is none of these. Bitcoin is a story. It's a story we believe. It's a story worth nearly $1 trillion today. an amazing amount of value creation. And what a story it is. So for those of you who aren't following me so far, let's just dig in. What is the Satoshi Nakamoto story? It is a story of epic proportions, almost religious proportions. The story is that in the great financial crisis of 2008, when countries were printing money, it was abundantly clear that we should not allow our governments to measure, to control our currency. We should not allow governments to control our value creation. We should decentralize and put everything together in a transparent ledger that can be shared across the world, immutable, unchangeable. And the Satoshi Nakamoto story is that one guy got so sick of government controlling the ledgers of value, the creation of value, so sick of governments controlling money that he, she, they created an alternative. A store of value. I know I said it wasn't that. Store of value, a currency, whatever you want to call it. Something, some marker of value that could not be screwed up by governments. It's a powerful story. Powerful then, I dare say more powerful today. It's a great story. And there has been endless press devoted to who is Satoshi Nakamoto. I mean, there are all these people, most of them dead, or most of them proven frauds, some of them even like Elon Musk, some of the original currency pioneers going back to cyber gold and all kinds of the first currencies, the cyberpunks. And there are many mysterious techies who've taken credit. All have washed away have declared that they are not the founders of Bitcoin. It's probably a multitude of people. It's probably several people. It's hopefully not our government. And then there's this poor chap. One day the cameras were rolling and they knocked on his door and said, "Are you Satoshi Nakamoto?" And he said, "Yes," because that was indeed his name. He just hadn't been an engineer for many years. And to this day, when you search for Satoshi Nakamoto, this is who shows up: Dorian Nakamoto. Poor guy. Just got cast in the limelight. Probably not Satoshi Nakamoto. So we thought Satoshi Nakamoto was dead because for 11 years, I hadn't heard anything from him. I hadn't sold a single Bitcoin, even though the benefits would be hundreds of billions of dollars. This would instantly make him one of the richest people in the world, instantly make him worth more than nations. And so we like the anonymity. We like the idea that Satoshi's not really a person, certainly not a person that would ever sell their Bitcoin, thus diluting all of the rest of us who own a piece of it. And yes, I own Bitcoin. I bought a bunch at $250. I sold a bunch and regretted it, and I bought it back. So yeah, I've got a vested interest here. But I think Bitcoin is, at the end of the day, it's a good story. Like Goodnight Moon, like any story you've heard, like the Bible story, like any other story, like any great story. But here we are today, 11 years later, at the greatest opportunity point in Bitcoin's history. Now we're thinking about changing the ending? Just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So, dear Satoshi, I want to tell you, whoever you are, if you're still alive, you did it for yourself. Thank you. You did it for us, I like to think. And your legacy lives longer than money, unless you invest in Bitcoin, of course. So, in summary, I want to say, dear Satoshi Nakamoto, you got a good thing going here. We're an antidote to inflation in a time where we need it. We've got 1 million in Bitcoin that, if you're alive, can't be sold. People think there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin. It is the only constrained currency, constrained store of value on the planet. The only thing that inflation cannot corrupt. Thank you for dying or disappearing for such a long time. You're a hero, you're a legacy, you're a prophet, and please don't screw this up. You got a good thing going. And that's why I say, please, Satoshi, don't come back. Created something awesome, something the world needs right now. Please don't come back and muck this thing up.